Rix-Mix.
Well, Merry Rix-Mix to you as well. For we just fired up the Facebook page, and in the, studio, we call it the tank, Tommy Folk, Ruston Community Men's Shed. Also, over my shoulder is Patti Hendricks. Good morning, you two. How art thou?
Good morning.
Doing great.
All right, so we're going to be talking about the Ruston Men's Shed. It's going to have a Shed Fest this Saturday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. It's Shed Fest and Makers Fair. But Tommy, if you would be so kind, as brief as you can, talk about the Men's Shed, and you've also gone through a relocation process in this year, 2021. And the reason why I'm asking this question is that we all learn to need to adapt, evolve, and make the best of the situation we're given, and that's exactly what y'all are doing.
Okay, the Men's Shed, it's a place for people to go. We include women, we include all ages, not just old men. Beulah said we can't do it, can't have all the fun. So it's a place to come and go, be with other people, do projects. We have a full woodworking shop. You'd be amazed. We did have to move. We were over at the Louisiana Delta College, but they've decided to build a new building in that same spot. So they called us and said, get out. We had 3 weeks, and we did it. We're now out behind the old Landry's Seafood.
Right.
If you go back far enough, it was Patrick's Seafood.
Forgot about that.
And in an old truck shop. We gained some space, we gained a lot of parking, and we got room to put together a maker's market, which is we wouldn't be able to do anywhere else.
Sure enough. Matter of fact, it is on Farmerville Highway, Highway 33. The Maker's Market Shed Fest is this Saturday from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. But let's come back to the heart and the soul of the Men's Shed. Talk about who it is, why you do what you do.
Well, first place, it's 10 to 4.
What did I say?
1.
Okay, so what? Get there at 10.
You told me to tell you what I thought. So anyway, all right. What's the Men's
I stand corrected if I could stand up. Go ahead.
The Men's Shed is all about getting the old men off the couch is the original premise. It started in Australia, and that was the whole premise. They've actually proven that it enhances the health of those folks involved because they get out, they get involved.
Right.
They have a purpose mostly after retirement. Beulah Laster brought it to Ruston after her daughter said that old men needed something to do, but she says no way old men are having fun. Like I said, all the fun, like I said earlier.
Right.
So she included all ages and both genders. So.
Well, if I may back up a little bit, because I'm kind of intimately aware of the Men's Shed, and the inspiration of it too is Beulah's daughter, who, correct me if I'm wrong, was in some kind of a legal capacity that she found out that when the young men and women any age stayed involved in an activity, the less they were to go toward maybe drugs or outside that lifestyle. That makes sense? And then she's like, being sedentary is not a good thing. So we work to retire, and then what do? You become sedentary. And so it works in all ages, stages, and phases of life. And Tommy, again, the Men's Shed is not, quote, for old men. There is mentoring involved, one anothering and generational wise. Touch on that.
That's correct. We have people there who know, or when they first came, knew nothing about what we were doing or woodwork or whatever. We have others who are very skilled at that, and they work together. We have those that have the skills, mentor and shepherd and watch over for safety. Those other folks help them learn how to use the tools. We have one gentleman that came early on, actually within the first few days when we opened, who knew nothing. He is now actually mentoring other people. A fellow named John that is a regular.
That's the way the procedure is supposed to work, right? You learn what I know, and then we all grow from there.
That's correct.
Anyway,
he was given a tour the other day, and I kind of followed him around, and he knew just what he was talking about. Again, 2.5 years in.
Right. When it all started, it was, by the way, this is a nonprofit organization, the Ruston Community Men's Shed. I encourage you to look into it. We have a link to the Facebook page on these video streams. Also, the best thing to do is get off your seat in your car and drive out to see the facility. But it was all donated tools in the beginning. But my gosh, from what I've seen, you guys are locked and stocked and incredible, right?
That's right. We had a wonderful gift from a gentleman named Weatherly in West Monroe who had stocked himself up a wood shop. It was in a storage locker. He had a stroke. said he could sell it, but he'd rather give it to us, give it to Beulah. He knew about what she was doing. So we had a real good start. Since then, we have had many donations and have enhanced what we started with for what he gave us. So
right. All right, so this is what we're going to do here. We're going to do 2 episodes this morning. Tommy's got the mic for the first one, and then when we come back, we're going to get a little bit more maker specific, because the makers market is this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, Rick, 10 a.m. till 4.
And to interrupt you.
Yes.
Well, we've had a lot of help. The local people have helped. People have come walking in and given us money. The bank, one of the banks.
I was going to get to Jonesboro State Bank.
Century Next did a fundraiser for us through the contractors. But Jonesboro Bank and their Pledge 10 program has really stepped up. We have just received a 3rd grant from them. And they have really been excellent partners and very interested in what we're doing. It's the Allens.
Oh, yeah. I'm very much... now, my question to you, Tommy, was that off the cuff of your short sleeve shirt? Or are you being prompted by texts that are coming in that said, be sure to mention Jonesboro State Bank?
No, that's
you
me.
You remembered it?
That's me. That's
no, you're right. Awesome.
That's straight up. In fact, we have their logo, which we've been trying to get him to get up there, but we'll work on that. There we go.
There it is right there. No, you're exactly right, and you're right. We'll give a turn to give props to everybody, especially Jonesboro State, and I'll take that one further. There's 2 seasons of Jonesboro State Bank in the Pledge 10 application. They have a spring and a fall campaign. Well, the spring campaign, not only the beneficiary of the Ruston Community Men's Shed to allow them to extend their hours for this week, it also enabled the Lincoln Parish Park Fest, which is going to be May 15th. They gave a nice donation there. Pardon me, it's not a donation, it's a grant application. So I encourage folks, when you hear the call out for all nonprofits within the 5 parish area, Lincoln Parish being one of them, apply. And so yeah, you're exactly right. All right, when we come back, we are going to talk a little bit more about specifics of the Shed Fest Makers Market this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Is anything else I'm missing right now before you lose control of that microphone, Tommy?
Well, except that we're open all week. This is special. Thanks to Jonesboro Bank Pledge 10. We're actually going to open from 9 to 9 every day this week, mostly in preparation for the Shed Fest. That will not continue.
Right.
We do have some enhanced hours that will start early in May, thanks to Jonesboro Bank again.
Sure.
So we'll tell you about that later.
All right, so episode